I'd like to introduce the PrevANZ project to you. PrevANZ is funded and run by MS Research Australia, and it's really a first in the world project. It's trying to determine if vitamin D, that's obviously available to all of us very easily to buy, is actually useful in the management and treatment of MS. Now, what we're exactly doing is to try and work out if it works and at what dose. If you Google vitamin D and MS or vitamin D and MS, you will find thousands and thousands of websites. All the information though is, all the recommendations if you like, are contradictory. Some people say it doesn't work, some people say it works, and no one knows what dose to take. The doses that you could take range from 400 units a day to 30,000 units a day, so a massive range. So what we do know about vitamin D is that it's pretty safe. And the whole idea about its use in MS really comes from various observed bits of data. One of the striking things is that MS relapses and development of new lesions on scans is actually seasonal. You're much more likely, well, quite a bit more likely, to have a relapse or a new lesion in late winter and early spring. And that's the time when vitamin D levels are lowest, because vitamin D is largely made just under the skin in response to sunlight. So in fact UV light penetrates the skin, and that makes the active form of vitamin D. We can of course also take it as a capsule in tablet form very easily, but this source of vitamin D is the main reason why, I guess, in late winter, early spring, those vitamin D stores are low, sunlight is lowest, UV light is lowest, so the blood levels are lowest. So that correlation, where low D levels causes higher relapses, more lesions, is the reason why we want to explore whether you can actually give vitamin D tablets to prevent attacks. So the way we're doing that is in 20 centres across Australia and New Zealand. We're asking people who have the first ever symptoms of MS, before it's actually multiple, the first attack of MS, to take one of four doses: a placebo dose, a 1,000 unit dose, a 5,000 unit dose, or a 10,000 unit dose. And the trial is randomized and placebo controlled, and what that means is that neither the investigators, the neurologists and nurses, nor the people with earliest form of MS know what they're taking. And then we'll see whether the time to the first evidence of new disease activity, that's either an attack or a new lesion on an MRI scan, is different between the different doses. It's taken years to get the funding together, and MSRA needs to be absolutely congratulated on being able to organize this. We've now started. We started in 19 centres. We have in fact 19 patients enrolled as of today, 14th of March, and it's probably going to take about 3 years to get the answer. Now, if you are, or you do know someone who's only ever had one attack very recently in the last 3 or 4 months, you can actually check out the MSRA website to see where the recruiting centres for the trial are if you're interested.